your grandkids and spending the extra $20 so they get to have breakfast with Mickey Mouse. I don't know what it is. You got to figure out how to spend it. But we can show you that you're probably leaving a tremendous amount of income on the table. And that income, like it or not, I know society tells us that money can't buy happiness. Have you ever seen someone frowning on a water slide or a jet ski? Guess what it takes to get on that water slide? You got to write a little check. Guess what it takes to get on the jet ski? Now, I don't want a bunch of 70-year-old retirees riding around jet skis. I'll have broken hips and they'll probably sue me or something. But sometimes it takes a little bit of money, a little bit of capital to create incredible experiences. So come plan with us, guys. And I know I like teased that I was going to talk about Bitcoin. I am still going to talk about Bitcoin, but that's going to be on the other side of this break. Call us now, get the book, and come plan with us. 843-300-1182. 843-300-1182. Or you can check us out right on our website. Get the book right on our website, retirey'all.com. Again, retirey'all.com.
There's a lot more to come. This is Retire Y'all Radio with Adam Curran. We'll be right back.
Adam has literally written the book on retiring in South Carolina. To get your copy of Adam's latest book, Retire Y'all, Your Guide to Retiring in South Carolina, call 843-300-1182. That's 843-300-1182.
Do this, don't do that. Stay here, don't go there. Stay home, don't go out with friends. How many times have you heard something like that recently? Like most people, you're probably pretty tired of feeling like things are out of your control. And life isn't about controlling everything. It's about controlling what you can. And it's not a long list, but it sure is empowering. And one of the things on that list, your retirement. Don't spend your time worrying about what you cannot control. Instead, focus on what you can. Your retirement is in your hands. Start planning for it today. Call Adam Curran at Curran Financial Partners to set up a phone or a video meeting to begin building for the future that you want to live. 843-300-1182. And if you already have a plan, call to take advantage of their complimentary second opinion service. Help take control of your future. Call Adam Curran and the team at Curran Financial Partners now, 843-300-1182. That's 843-300-1182. Investment advisory services offered through Curran Financial Partners, a SEC-registered investment advisor. Investing involves risk, including the potential loss of principal.
Hi, this is Chelsea Klinger with Curran Financial Partners, and this year I'm thankful for my friends who make me laugh and make life's ordinary moments extra entertaining. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone.
Hey, we're so glad you joined us today. I'm Luann Fulmer here with Adam Curran, and this is Retire Y'all Radio. All right, Adam, I am pumped myself for everything that you want to talk about today. You're going to talk about Bitcoin, student loan forgiveness. Where are you going to go now?
What if I did a whole hour about why I thought student loan forgiveness was a good idea?
A good idea?
Talk about hate mail. Like, I get hate mail anyways. Like, if I were to do that, just to watch the world. And my question is, how do you come up with an hour of content? Like, how do you lie to yourself that much? Like, Elizabeth Warren has been sounding off about forgiving student loan debt. So she's obviously sat around and laid around in bed in her own thoughts, and she's contrived this mindset that that's a smart thing to do. So that would be an impossible hour of radio because it's such a stupid idea to forgive student loan. And here's the funny thing, like, college people, and I am one of them, they all think they're better than everyone else. Like, oh, I went to school I studied international area studies for 4 years. Don't tell me what to do, Mom. You're just one of those dumb blue-collar people. It's like, you're so smart, why don't you figure out a way to pay your own student loans off? You know, like, So let's talk about Bitcoin. So back in 2017, Bitcoin rised to about $19,000 a share. Now, I'm going to spare you all of the what is Bitcoin. Okay, so let's do that. So Bitcoin is essentially a make-believe magical currency that was created using computer code, and there's only 21 million in existence. 18 million are out in the open marketplace. I think it's like 18.5 million. The remaining 2.5 million have yet to be mined. So it's almost like gold, but you don't mine it using a shovel. You mine it using, computer code, very technical algorithms, and then there's all kinds of complexity surrounding something called the halving, where they only release a certain number of Bitcoin. But the point is this. It is manufactured scarcity. Manufactured scarcity. Unlike gold, gold was manufactured by God and it's scarce because all of the world's gold would fit in an Olympic-sized swimming pool. Here is where gold bugs, and myself included, because look, 5 years ago, I was like, I don't buy this crap, guys. It's make-believe money. It's going to go kaput. Stay away from it. Here is where Bitcoin is becoming a heck of a lot more interesting to me. There's a mantra within cryptocurrency communities that they're all looking for what's called mass adoption. Okay? And when more financial institutions and when more federal governments and when more individuals begin to buy into the fact that this magical electronic currency is here to stay and it's legitimate and investment dealers need to have entire trading desks dedicated to it, well, that's where value comes from. You know, every year right around Christmas, there's like some stupid doll that everyone goes crazy for, and they're like breaking store windows to get a Furby or a Tickle Me Elmo, or
Yes.
I think this year it's like a PlayStation 5. Well, you can look at that and go, this is just a bunch of stuffing wrapped outside of a battery pack, and, you know, this thing could be produced in China for $5. It doesn't matter what you think. It matters what the market thinks. And if the market, you got a bunch of parents who believe that they can buy their kids love by buying an expensive Furby doll for $300, the thing is worth $300. I mean, look at a baseball card, for instance. It's a piece of cardboard with a picture of a baseball guy on it. Some of these things are selling for tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars, some of the old cards. So Bitcoin, because of this mass adoption, because people have accepted it that there is scarcity here, it has value. Now, scarcity in and of itself is not sexy enough for me, right? Because if you're worried about scarcity, you can just buy land because they're not making any more dirt, right? There's only a finite amount of dirt. They're not making any more. You better buy some dirt or buy some gold because there's no more gold out there. It all fits in an Olympic-sized swimming pool. Here's the problem with gold, though. Gold doesn't pay you interest, doesn't pay you dividends, doesn't pay you rent. Well, Bitcoin doesn't either, although there are some coin wallets now that will pay you interest on your Bitcoin holdings. Land, at least, or rental properties, at least, will pay you rental income, and there's a scarcity element to it. Here's where Bitcoin becomes incredibly more interesting to me on a national scale. I know as a conservative, and I talk to conservatives, we like to go down rabbit holes where we talk about how this country is coming to an end and the liberals are insane and they're talking about student loan debt and my boys are going to expatriate. I mean, look, I just did that. The first segment. I talked all about those very same things. But the thing is, even if we had like a blue wave in Georgia, those Senate seats go Democrat, right? Because we have such an incredible founding document in our Constitution, it would take decades and decades and decades for America to cease to exist. And I would like to think we would have people picketing in the streets, not allowing these lunatic liberals to completely destroy our country. They might get away with it for 3 or 4 years, but eventually people are going to stand up and go, this is lunacy. These people who are acting more virtuous than everyone else are in fact racist. They're waging class warfare. They're being idiotic. They're selling my child's future up a creek with stupid ideas. So I don't think America is going to disappear because we have an awesome founding document. And I think Americans by birth still have a touch of don't tread on me in them, right? That's why we're starting to see people riot up in New York and California because their crazy governors are telling them that they have to, rules for thee, but not for me. Gavin Newsom goes out and eats dinner with all of his buddies and has a party, but he's telling everyone that they need to wear face masks inside their house when they're with their family. So I think there's enough don't tread on me for that. Now, there are countries that are being destroyed through socialism and dictatorship. Look at Venezuela. Look at Nicaragua. And all kinds of other banana republic type countries that don't have the founding document that we have, that have a level of corruption that even though there's lots of corruption in our country, and I know a lot of people are passionate about what just happened in this election, they have real corruption issues. Like Belarus, I think the guy won his prime minister seat back by like a 99% margin. He got more votes than there were people in his country. There are wealthy people in those nations that want to get the heck out of their country. They need to become political, what is the word I'm looking for? Like, they're going to expatriate. They're going to expatriate because of all of the turmoil and all of the unrest and all of the terrible leadership and dictatorship and socialism. They're going to need to leave. Where do these people put their money when they need to leave bad places and go another place? Where can they put their money where it is decentralized and unregulated? This is why I think it's India doesn't even allow for cryptocurrencies, because they're worried that people are going to take their money, take it off the grid, and go someplace else where the government can't get their slimy claws on it. That's one reason I believe in Bitcoin. Here's number two. This one will speak to the gold bugs. Right now, America, one of the reasons we're so prosperous is because the U.S. dollar is the reserve currency of all international trade. Now, granted, there are some other currencies that countries trade with, but the U.S. dollar remains the largest reserve currency. In fact, there's this currency that they created, I think it's called like the bot or something, where they combined all of the other currencies throughout the world, so they made it almost like a melting pot of currencies. The U.S. dollar still represents about 70% of that melting pot. What if a banana republic has a revolution, and they need to create a currency, and they say to themselves, I don't think we're going to peg our currency to the U.S. dollar anymore, because they got this guy over there who's elderly, and he just agreed to forgive student loans for all of his citizens to the tune of $10,000 each. Why would an international country, why would another country want to peg their currency against the U.S. dollar when they see this level of undisciplined physical practices over here? Why would a country want to peg their currency against the U.S. dollar when you have people from the squad chiming in and telling that they want everyone to sit at home and get paid to not work? So what happens when that very first country pegs their currency against Bitcoin or pegs their currency against cryptocurrencies? It is going to be a feeding frenzy. And I'm starting to see the tea leaves a little clearer. All breadcrumbs are leading to unrest. Not just here nationally, throughout the world. Because what comes out of these types of pandemics, when the government oversteps their rights and overstep their boundaries of what they should be doing, and what they should be doing is just, setting the rules and getting out of the way. But now they want to be the referee, make the rules, they want to take away people's liberties. There will be unrest. And that unrest is going to need to be highly transferable, untraceable, and marketed in a way that there's mass adoption. Lots of people recognize that, hey, this stuff makes sense. And when you look at the internet in general, the internet in my lifetime has been the Wild West. It makes sense the internet should have its own currency. And they do now. They're called cryptocurrencies. So, do I think you should dive in head first and put all your money in it? Absolutely not. But I'm beginning to look at cryptocurrency like I look at gold, meaning a well-balanced portfolio should have 3 to 5% of your money in hard assets. Well, cryptocurrency, because of that mass adoption, because it's a store of wealth, because there's scarcity, fits the bill of a hard asset. There you have it. Now, for all of you people who are a little bit more traditional and like your Procter & Gamble because you like getting a dividend, don't get me wrong here, guys. Our portfolios are designed to smooth out the ride. They're designed for old people. I'm not a sold-out believer that I'm going to put all of my family's wealth into cryptocurrency. I don't think that is the case. But when I look at an asset that's performed better than any other asset class in the general capital markets this year, I'd be crazy not to take notice of it and take notice of why it's running the way it's running, and it makes sense to me. It makes sense now. All right, get our book. I promise you in my book there's nothing about cryptocurrency, okay? It's about retiring in the state of South Carolina. And we give these books away for free because it's part of my marketing budget. And it's very, very friction-free. There's no pressure.